Hello everybody, we want to welcome you to the virtual range site here in Medina, Ohio. We get a lot of questions across our emails, we get phone calls, we get Facebook messages about what is the virtual range site. And so what we wanted to do is put a video together on basically how does a virtual range emulate live fire. So what we want to share with you today is how does the virtual range site or a simulator emulate live fire. And we have a couple safety rules as NRA instructors that we always follow when we're here at the virtual range site or when we're in one of our classroom environments. Is those three gun safety rules are: always keep the gun pointed in a safe direction, always keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot, and always keep the gun unloaded until you're ready to use. So what I want to share with you today is we have two firearms here. Now we are not a live fire range, we are truly a simulation range, but I brought a second firearm to just explain and clarify a few things in regards to the tools that we use. So this pistol right here is a simulated firearm. You can call it a plastic gun if you like, but it has the look, the feel, and the trigger pull as an actual firearm. If you notice, we know this is a simulated pistol because it has a red indicator on the end here where the muzzle would be. The muzzle is where the barrel protrudes out of the pistol. And in the muzzle, we actually have a laser there. So when we pull the trigger, the laser is fired and it interacts with the targets up on the screen. And again, this is the pistol that we use here at the virtual range site. For demonstration purposes, I brought an actual full-size Glock to do a comparison of the two firearms. If you notice, we have an empty chamber indicator in this firearm, and we pull that out. As good NRA instructors, we're going to check the breech to make sure that there's no cartridges in the barrel. We're also going to pull the magazine to make sure there's no ammunition in it. And we're going to look down into the firearm to make sure, again, there's no ammunition. And when we do that, we know that the firearm is safe. So we're going to go ahead and put this back into slide lock and put that chamber indicator in there for our discussion here. So one of the things that we did is we placed both of these firearms on a scale. And this pistol here, our simulated pistol, which still again has a lot of the same functions as a full-size firearm, weighed 1.6 ounces. This firearm here weighed 1.9 ounces. And again, we're bringing these here to you to show you that even though one is simulated and one is a live fire, they both are very similar in regards to the look, the feel, and the size. And that's how we are pretty much comparing the two. We can emulate and simulate real firearms in this environment. Again, we're going to teach you a little bit more as we go through the program with you when you visit the virtual range site, but we want to talk again more about the simulation, how it emulates live fire. And what I have here on the screen is an actual range that I shoot at on a regular basis. I shoot IDPA, which is International Defensive Pistol Association. And I'll explain a little bit more about that as we get a little bit further into the video. But how I set this video up is that during one of my competitions, I placed a GoPro on my head with a helmet gear and shot an actual scenario with live fire. So we brought those videos in, and we're going to merge these two videos together in regards to what you see here as a simulation and what I actually shot during a true competition on my IDPA league. So we're going to show you how a simulation, the virtual range site, emulates live fire. I talked about IDPA, and IDPA is International Defensive Pistol Association. And there's only a few things that you really need when you want to start shooting IDPA in the real world. You need a cover garment, you need a holster, as well as a magazine holder to hold those magazines that we're going to be changing during our various scenarios, because we only have so many rounds in our firearm that we can shoot. First scenario that we're going to be running is we're going to shoot freestyle. Freestyle is two-handed. We'll shoot 3 rounds each into the 3 targets. We're going to do a magazine change. We're going to go with strong hand only and shoot 3 rounds each into each target. Change a magazine, and then we're going to change to our left hand weak hand shooting and shoot 3 rounds each into each target. It's important to develop these skills when you are becoming a shooter. And a lot of times we can't practice these types of scenarios at a range. We can practice our bullseye shooting. But when it comes to defensive pistol shooting, we really need to be able to be dynamic in regards to our lessons. And we can actually break this up into a couple scenarios. This one I'm going to shoot standing in one position. But we can actually move and shoot at these targets at the same time, again, working on our skills to become better defensive shooters. So I'm going to set this scenario up, and we'll see how it goes.
You ready?
Ready.
Stand by.
So in our last scenario, what we have here is we brought in our blue barrels. We're using this as hard cover. And hard cover is an object inside your home or out in a public space that projectiles or bullets would most likely not travel through. And in this scenario that we shot a couple weeks ago, we have 2 non-threats. So this is a real-world scenario that we want to go through in regards to building and developing good defensive pistol practices using a virtual range. And you're going to see how this scenario plays out when we did it with live fire.
Show clear. If clear, slide forward, pull trigger, holster. Range is clear. 3312.
I understand that this video is probably more advanced than most shooters are looking for, but it does show the dynamics of the software in regards to the virtual range sight, how it emulates live fire. And we have a lot of different scenarios that we can run through in order to help you as a shooter, from basic skills to intermediate, as well as more advanced shooting programs here that we can offer. So if you're interested in learning more about the virtual range sight, we ask you to find us on Facebook. You can go to our website, or you can call us here at our office here at the store, and we'd be more than happy to answer any questions. If you're interested in any of our advanced programs in regards to concealed carry, personal protection inside the home, situational awareness, as well as self-defense shooting, we can work with you in an individual or as a group session. We do hold classes pretty much monthly, so if you give us a call, we can tell you pretty much what we have available and how we might be able to fit you in within our program. So I hope this video helped you understand how a simulation works a little bit and how it emulates live fire.